Hi, everybody. We're back for another episode of Ghost. This is CBS's original show. I watch it on Paramount Plus, and we are on Season 1, Episode 8, D&D. Now, sadly, I have played D&D. I'm sorry to all the D&D fans. I am not, but I was married to a nerd, so I have watched it or played it. It's sort of both when you're doing it. It's like you have to sit there for hours and hours and hours and play this game where you roll dices to see what move you get to make. And I will totally admit this now because I am divorced. I killed my character on purpose. It's a very long game. It was like 3 months before I killed my character, though, to be fair. And then I accidentally killed my character. So when watching this episode, the title of it went, oh no, not D&D. I hope it's only one episode. So getting into the episode, Jay is playing D&D on his computer with his friends. Well, it's a very bad connection, so the moves are slow. Friends are irritated. Jay's like, well, what are you going to do in the rural area? Well, his friends don't know it, but Jay can hear them when they can't hear Jay, and they talk about replacing him. Jay is terribly upset. I don't understand this feeling at all for him. I would be relieved. But anyway, he's terribly upset that he's losing the connection with his friends, and he's saddened, and this leads him to talk to Samantha about it. Samantha has the ghost Pete around her, who is sympathetic to Jay. And to Sam's mistake, she tells Jay what Pete is saying. And she says, does Pete know D&D? And he said, yes, I was a D&D player in the early 80s before I caboosed. And so Sam says that she can set up a game between them, and the ghost and Jay. And Jay is thrilled. Pete is thrilled. Sam has no idea what she's gotten into. So they sit down to play the game. Jay and Pete are having fun. Sam is bored, crazy. And then Sam decides to tell a lie because she finds out the truth about D&D. That it's not a quick game. That the game can last months, sometimes even years. And Samantha is bored out of her mind. So she tells Jay that the ghosts just don't want to play with him anymore. Jay is devastated, but thinks there's nothing else he can do. So then we go to Sam, who goes out in the woods with her construction worker. And she finds a shack, and she wants to have the shack torn down. Well, he says, doesn't think it'll be hard to do. He tears off the door, and what do you know? Some more ghosts come out. And we meet Nigel for the first time. Nigel's going to be a very important character in this show. Nigel is from the War, same time as Isaac, and we get to meet other soldiers from that time period. And they realize Sam can see them. And Sam then has to tell his construction person, like a crazy person, don't tear it down, just leave it for now and she'll decide. So then Sam goes up to the house and talks to the ghost. And the ghosts say, yeah, we know about them. They only come up to the house once or twice every few years. But they don't really bother with them. Isaac has a secret. Isaac, it turns out, is the one who actually offed Nigel at the time of his death. But he hasn't told Nigel that. So a little bit into the conversation, Nigel and his friends come into the house to confront Sam and the other ghost about how their house was almost torn down. Sam says it's okay, she won't do it anymore. Ghosts are like, okay. And then they're like, I guess we have nothing more to do. And Isaac enters the room. Nigel and Isaac have some chemistry to each other, but neither one of them seems to want to admit it, especially our Isaac. Then Isaac goes and tells Sam that she has a secret. Sam presumes it's the attraction between Nigel and Isaac, and she encourages Isaac to talk to Nigel about whatever his secret is because she feels like it's a different world. They'll be accepted, not knowing what Isaac's real secret is. So Isaac decides to tell Nigel the truth. Nigel is like, "Are you kidding me? We've known each other for centuries, and you hadn't told me you're the one who offed me?" He's mad. Now we go back to the D&D. The ghosts are kind of mad at Sam for lying to Jay, and they decide they're going to tell Jay the truth. Well, how are they going to do this? Good old Trevor. Trevor writes on the mirror while Jay is in the shower. So it's all fogged up so he can use his fingers and write a message that Samantha has lied. This takes a very long time to write out, but they're determined. And they end up telling Jay the whole truth about Sam lying about the D&D. Takes a while, but Jay finally goes down and confronts Sam. Sam admits she was lying, and in the midst of this, Nigel and Isaac fight goes on, and they want to have a battle now because of Isaac's deceit. But they can't really fight because they're ghosts. So the plan comes up, they will have a D&D game. Poor Sam. She cannot get rid of this D&D. So all the ghosts sit down. Nigel and his team are on one side. Isaac and his friends are on another. And the D&D game begins. It turns out all the ghosts are having a good time with it. Meanwhile, in the midst of the arguing and the battle, Isaac and Nigel forgive each other. Well, really, Nigel forgives Isaac. There's nothing for Isaac to forgive. We see more chemistry with the two. The fight has ended. The game should have ended, but it didn't. So now Sam is stuck playing the game. For how long, no one knows, because D&D never ends. And that is our D&D from Ghost recap. And I hope we don't see D&D on Ghost again. Just saying. Have a wonderful day today, everybody, and find a reason to smile. Bye.